today's team is another team submitted by one of my Patreons. There's an official sign up page for people that want me to get that actually want me to fix their teams. You guys can check that out right here. You can see right there, Ross posted this team right there, and you can see it's a super cool little T-Tar Excadrill team. Like SP Crash was saying, tons of physical mons, big physical, so big weakness to Intimidate. I like that it's special T-Tar. Now, on paper, this team looks really cool and unique, but also on paper, you have to remember this team has more weaknesses than sliced cheese, like Swiss cheese or whatever. Like, look at this. Look at how many weaknesses: fire, water, fighting, ground, and not really many options to deal with those. So this is going to be a really, really hard team to use. I think in terms of like fixing this team, we can take a look at some of the stats here. Cool Yveltal set. I think I've featured a very similar Yveltal set in one of my videos. I think support Yveltal is good. Black Glasses, Foul Play, does a ton of damage. Tailwind's a really cool set on it. So I don't hate this Yveltal set. It works for me. It outspeeds Lecky, it looks like, after Tailwind, so good stuff. T-Tar. Almost cool T-Tar set. A lot of things with these EV spreads, they can be optimized. You don't need to go full HP, full special attack. T-Tar normally roughly only uses about 204 special attack. And after that, you're not really getting anything else after that extra 48. You can put about 12 in speed to help you outspeed in Sins. Put a little bit in Spadef or defense. Also, speaking about like in Sins, you know, I see you have Blizzard here. You don't really need Blizzard. I still think you definitely need the Ancient Power. It can let you re-Rockfall to enable your Excadrill. And Ancient Power Proxer is really good. Having the big stabbed rock attack, even off a 60 base power move, is still just really, really strong in my opinion. Great for dealing with Incineroars, which are great for this team. Excadrill 2v2 squad. Note that we're using Earthquake in a team that has a Rillaboom in it, so grassy terrain is going to mitigate the power of your Earthquake, so high horsepower might be a little bit better option there, just my opinion. But, Excadrill 2v2 squad. Rillaboom, I think this is, first of all, it's wasting points. This should be a 204, right? So this should be a 204. This should be a 52. And then you get the extra, like, benefit of just moving those around. So, like, you were wasting basically points just having that in the wrong spot. You're wasting points in Spadef. So you get an extra attack point out of that by lowering Spadef just a little bit. I do like the speed reduced Rilla. I don't know if this is going to be G-Max in-game, but, you know, it is what it is. I love the knockoff synergy with Yveltal. Zacian's up next, I think, is a 2v2 squad. 2v2 squad right here. Ironhead turns into Behemoth Bash. Nothing wrong with that. In Sin, this is one of my favorite Sin sets for dealing with Zacians. So it's a cool team. This is a cool team, but I think this team is a perfect example of one that falls short in a double restricted meta. You've seen me actually use T-Tar, Excadrill, Yveltal before. What you actually want to be doing that is surrounding that with like Levitate / Flying Mons, big walls and things like that. You don't want to stack the weaknesses. Don't want to stack the fire weaknesses, the ground, the water, the fighting weaknesses. That's how you end up losing. And this can definitely work in a single restricted format when you have to just deal with a Zacian, you know, because Excadrill can be used to check their one restricted, or, you know, Incineroar could be used to check their one restricted. In a format where they have two, this team just kind of falls apart. Throwing in a Zacian kind of doubles up to the fact that, like, Zacian's used in a very similar way to Excadrill. So I don't really think this team has the skills to pay the bills. I think this team gets checked by a lot of things that aren't restricted Pokemon. Like a Dracovish would tear this apart, an Urshifu would tear this apart. Other Incineroars, Rillaboom, stuff like that gives us a lot of problems. We're just fixing teams right now submitted by Patreons. We're talking about the problems the team has, and we're going to use it in some games. I really do think this team's biggest strength is actually not bringing the T-Tar Excadrill at all, which, you know, if your biggest strength is not using a couple of your mons, you're probably doing something a little bit suboptimal. I think a good core of like Zacian, Yveltal with like Incineroar, Rillaboom can be really nice. Rillaboom can help peel off those Kyogres, and Zacian's always strong. Yveltal has the Tailwind, and Incin can just weave in parting shots and fake outs mid to late game. So it can actually be a pretty cool team if you play it like that. I think the moment you start bringing the T-Tar and Excadrill, you find yourself in positions where you have to go T-Tar, Excadrill, and then both your restricteds, and you don't have any fake outs, or you don't have any terrain control, or you don't have any Intimidate. And so it really just sacrifices a ton of resources to go with a weather setter that is not a restricted Pokemon. Torkoal is a little bit of an exception, but like that's why you see people run Groudon and not Ninetales. That's why you see people running Kyogre, and for the most part, unless they're the best player of all time, that's +1, you don't see them running Pelipper. So yeah, that's what this is, and hopefully we can see good games. I think this is a cool team, and hopefully I don't max my Excadrill too much, because that's pretty wasteful, because it's our Sashmon. So we're going to play some games, and wish me luck. We're going to hop right into it. That's a weird team. You don't see THATSAplusONE very often. But we see Reshiram, Kyogre, and another T-Tar. Very, very cool team. Gotta respect the whims. Gotta respect the zap. You know, whenever we play against teams like this, I always say, expect your opponent to bring both their restricted. So we can expect Reshiram and Kyogre. And then after that, they're going to have one Mon that is their support Mon. And so that's going to be their THATSAplusONE or their whims. So you can expect one of those. Probably going to be whims in this situation. And then you can expect their max Mon, right? And that's going to be either the T-Tar being like a potential policy T-Tar or vested, or like a zap with like a big life orb. So, like, we know that they're probably going to bring in Reshiram, Kyogre. And then I would say zap whims, because whims can go for like a bunch of just unique stuff. I don't necessarily want to lead Incineroar. I don't think we have to. I don't think there's a problem with leading Yveltal. God, Yveltal's so weird here. Because I'd like my Tailwind up, but I don't think it's like required. What if we were actually to lead like Yveltal Excadrill? That seems like a good situation for me, because I can just go EQ Tailwind. I can also go Protect Tailwind. I think we have to bring the Rilla just to deal with that Kyogre. And then we should be bringing Zacian, but this creates a scenario where we have a terrible matchup versus Zapdos. Just letting you know. That's the problem with this sort of team, right? You really just struggle versus a lot of very common Pokemon. Zapdos being one of them. It's in a lot of teams. Surprised to see THATSAplusONE in doubles. I'm the guy that created how to play THATSAplusONE in doubles. I wrote the freaking book on it. And I respect THATSAplusONE. It shouldn't be coming this game. We have an Excadrill. Like, you know what I mean? It should not be coming. When player misses twice with 90 accuracy, yo, play that game 9 times out of 10. You'd win them all. So we're 2 for 2 on understanding what they might be bringing. Yveltal Excadrill, I don't think there's necessarily a problem with this. Like, you can go with like a big Scarf Spout, but like Scarf Spout Tailwind is okay. You could also go like D-Gleam Spout. That would suck. Would. I think I'm going to switch out my Excadrill for Rilla and just Protect. Or we could even just Protect Yveltal and go for the big EQ right here. And if they are Scarf, well then we'll be able to correctly bring in the Rilla. Because I don't want to switch in on a Scarf. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the Protect turn 1. And I'm just going to go for the EQ. Just going to go for EQ. I don't think there's a reason to force this right now. Masco and Basco dropping the big Prime sub. Appreciate it. Toxic Spikes against me. Toxic Spikes and VGC. Wow, that's ridiculous. But thank you so much for the sub. Yo, Basculin, big Pokemon here. So no max. That means it might be a vested Kyogre. Not vest. Sorry, Scarf Kyogre. There's the Tailwind. Don't care about Tailwind. Like, we're letting this happen on purpose. We're just trying to soften up the Kyogre so we can correctly use the Yveltal later. Cool. It's not even spouting. That's fine. They can miss. Just kidding. I haven't dodged an Origin Pulse once this entire format. Not trying to say I should. You know, they should hit their move. But, so it shows they're a little bit greedy. Them not having Spout there tells me they have probably just no Spout, or otherwise they would have used it. But cool, that's good for us. So again, Excadrill is going to be chilling here. Now let's think about what I want to do in this situation. I think that we actually do max the Yveltal here. So I think we max the Yveltal, go for an Airstream into the Whims, and then we're going to hard switch in Rilla. Now, do I think this is absolutely amazing? Yes, I do. I think it's going to be a good play. Because we're going to be able to kill the Whims, give an Airstream boost to our Rilla that can seal up the Ochre. And if you want to bring in your Reshiram, I have Excadrill in the back. All we have to do is wait at your Tailwind, bring out my Reshiram. Sorry, bring out my Excadrill and we can seal up your Reshiram. Been a minute to catch a stream live again. Yo, it's been a hot minute. I think another thing about Yveltal is it's like a kind of good max spawn, but it's kind of weird, right? We obviously want to get Airstream boosts, but when we use Max Darkness, we lower special D, but this team doesn't have any special attackers. So it's like, it's super, super weird, you know? Thank you for your hard work. Best of luck in any tournaments you're attending. Yo, thank you for the kind words. I just heard today they canceled Orlando regionals that were happening in about a month. And so I'm curious if they're going to cancel any other regionals. Memento, that doesn't work on Yveltal. So you can just take the L. See, they hit us with another Origin Pulse. Double hit. They probably thought we were switching Yveltal out there. And for Rillaboom, that'd be a decent looking play. The fact that I protected Yveltal kind of conditioned him, and the fact that I didn't want to deal with that damage. So that guy goes down. We can totally seal up that Reshiram. I think actually, I'm gonna protect first turn if they bring out. Yeah, we'll think about that. We'll think about that. Like, we might actually just like protect Airstream. Maybe, because I want to see if the Kyogre has protect. if they bring out Reshiram, they're gonna be maxing it, right? And so we would like to wait out their max turns. Even if I protect with my Rilla, we'll be in a good spot. Oh shit, this Rilla doesn't have protect. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, this team's really, really one-dimensional at what it does. So, like, we're super pinned. There's the Resh. It's going to max. I mean, I think I might just go after the Ogre. If Ogre goes max guard, right, and Resh KOs my Rilla, they're going to take away the Rain, which means the Ogre's useless anyways. But you can see we're pinned here. We're the ones that are pinned. We really just are. I think they have to max. See, we don't even need to do that. We might as well just go for this. It sucks, because we're not getting the black glasses or the... Yeah, that sucks. No reason low to spit up, though. Yeah, we'll just go for it. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Yeah, I don't really need a fake out here either. I guess I'll just go for the Grassy Glide. They're totally just going to protect or switch. We know this. 100%. Thoughts on Physical Zard? Cool, man. That sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. This team has no protects and is too one-dimensional. But the fact they swapped out their Ogre means they're wasting some of their Tailwind turns. And I don't know. I like T-Tar here. You could totally just max this thing. I don't really care. Max, pop my Rilla in the mouth. We're going to trade Rilla for a T-Tar. And then we're going to send out Zacian, protect, wait out their last turn of Tailwind. And Zacian is okay versus Reshiram. Is okay. Yeah, we'll see. Still not feeling this. But we'll see how this goes. So Grassy Glide should go Oko here. Or Orbed. Big Orb. Big Orb. So Rilla's going to take some chip. I hope they hit the... I mean, if they hit the Yveltal, they're wrong. Good morning, Nats. I still can't figure out how to play this format. It's hard. Can you roll Oko Max T-Tar? Probably not. Yeah, I feel this format's really hard to play. We're using a really hard to play rental team today that has like a million weaknesses and sucks. Alright, so we're a turn behind on the max turns. But now we're going to start getting speed control. So I'm going to go like, I think you do send out the Zacian because they have to go for the Kyogre send out, which means they're going to turn in. Yeah, I think that Zacian is a good play here. Yeah, let's see. I can go max Airstream. Max Airstream into the Kyogre and just protect. These kind of teams make me feel 10% better. Hey, but you know what? Like, this is why we're looking at it, you know? Do you like lower ladders hyper offense? I wouldn't say so. Hyper offense is a really hard type of game to play. Just because this person has aggressive speed, just because this person set Tailwind doesn't mean it's hyper offense. Because a good hyper offense team doesn't even need to set Tailwind. It just correctly maintains speed control. Like, it uses Pokemon that are just slightly faster and forces you to speed control. And if I were to set speed control, then you would Tailwind to counter me. Right? That's how a correct hyper offensive team would play. I think you just Airstream the Kyogre to, again, keep that speed control up. I mean, like, I don't think we have to. This is your last turn Tailwind, right? Thank goodness. Alright, yeah, we're going to go for the Max Darkness. Just way stronger versus the Ogre. And we're just going to pop a Protect. Let's go. And then we're going to try and finish off the Ogre next turn with a, like, Oblivion Wing, gain some health back. There's the Origin Pulse. I can dodge one. Can I dodge one Origin Pulse? Love you all the time. Never lucky. Ooh, is that a crit? Are you fucking real? I've been hit by like 3 Origin Pulses and one of them's a crit. Awesome, that's great. I didn't know that would KO. While T-Tar and Extra Drill are a cool combo, I don't think they'll do well in this format. I would agree. The best thing you can use them for is like bait to condition your opponents to do like very specific things. Max Floor and Zacian, we could have actually just soaked that attack, believe it or not. But I feel that we did everything. I feel like we did it the right way because I'm surprised that KO'd that Ogre. Because all we were seeing was Origin Pulse, was just making me think it might be, you know, built a little bit different. Not like necessarily a vested set, but I thought it might be bulkier. Alright, so this is your last max turn. I don't necessarily think we need... We don't need Zacian. I think it's just better to go Extra. I think you actually just Tailwind here to enable Excadrill to guarantee outspeed the Reshiram. I know it looks really weird, but you just go Tailwind here, and we'll go for the Play Rough. It'd be cool to hit it. It's neutral, but I'm probably gonna miss, which means it might just be better to Behemoth Blade and stick like a good amount of damage. Behemoth Blade's going to be a 150. Behemoth Blade's stronger just because it's the first in max. I'm going to Behemoth Blade. I think it's fine. I think you're going to have to hit the Zacian anyways. And this is a probably me getting... I guarantee get the Tailwind up, right? And then Tailwind will just allow Excadrill to win the game. Oh shit, maybe not, because like the fucking Grassy Terrain. Grassy Terrain backfires once again, yo. Watching reminds me that you can almost always outplay hacks. It's hard to say. Holy shit, that did way too much. Is that a crit? Oh my god, we just crit a Behemoth Blade on the Maxmon. Talk about outplaying hacks. Ooh, we airstreamed! That's sick! What move is that boosting off of? What move is that? Airstream Reshiram, huh? Huh? Look at this. Look at you. Look at you. That's gonna be hard to deal with. We're still faster with because we tailwinded with Zashi, but damn, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, we will win. We will win in a matchup like that we shouldn't have won. Just because we played the game correctly, you know. It goes to show that you can put yourself in positions to win even with bad teams. I'm not saying this one's necessarily bad. Teams with limited options. You can always find the win, or at the very least, like do your best to play towards it. We should be able to get the win. Horns flying dual wing beat. That's sick. It's physical Reshiram. That's cool. You learn something new every day. Yeah, if I was like playing in a first round of a regional, I got airstreamed by a Reshiram, like bro. Wow. They're thinking about their life choices right now. I really want to know what that ogre set was then. I mean, if you're gonna be physical Reshiram, the foul plays the play. Yeah, I'll take it. Cool beans. Surprised they brought T-Tar. Surprised that T-Tar came. Because you want to have a Pokemon, like, if your Ogre's weak against, like, grass attacks, you want to have a Pokemon you can switch to alleviate that pressure. If your Reshiram's already on the board, T-Tar's like the one Mon you wouldn't want them to have. I love they're going to let me see this. Vested. Fly. Okay, it's just there for Airstream then. Policy T-Tar. Holy punches. Scarf Ogre. Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. Like, we talked about it being Scarf from the start. He had Spout. I think he should have just went Spout. Black Sludge. Yeah, Memento Whims. Safety Goggles. That's apps from the other, the event. Not the event, the, what is it, the Red Bull games. Yo, is that a SP Crash? Gifting a sub? Thank you. Holy moly. Tie-in for the first place sub gifter leaderboard. Actually crazy. You won with that team? Yo, thank you. I mean, I'm doing my best. I'm actually doing my very best to like put myself in like regionals mode. So when I'm not streaming, I'm spending like hours a day just analyzing tons of like Pokemon information. So I'm like reviewing replays that people send me. I'm watching games. I'm analyzing like usage stats and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm in turn leveling up a little bit myself, getting back into like tournament shape. But we do be taking those. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Safety Goggles app. They should have brought this. This is what they needed to switch to. If they switched to this when I went for the Grassy Glide, they might have been able to win the game. Because, like, Zapdos beats Excadrill, Zapdos beats Zacian. So they misplayed a little bit. But we did play to our outs. Like, we definitely played to the outs. And we do be taking those. Galarian Articuno Jinx. Jinx is cool. We see Kyogre Dialga again. So we see there 2 restricteds. They should be bringing those. We see a couple of support Pokemon. We see Jinx, Amoonguss, Tokus. They're going to bring at least one of those, at least. And then, normally you would want to bring your Articuno as your Maxmon. Articuno sucks here. So what we're going to see in this situation is probably, like, Kyogre, Dialga, Togekiss, and either Jinx or Amoonguss. I'm thinking it might be the Amoonguss, but we'll see. I kind of just love Excadrill here. Do we just lead Excadrill? Like, what do you do? First, lead Excadrill. If I were to like lead Excadrill T-Tar, that can't work. that has no business working. What if I just lead like Excadrill Zacian? Is that good? I like that. You can one-shot the Togekiss and then max quake the Dialga. I like that a lot. You don't have any Intimidators, so like I don't give a shit, you know. You can bring the Yveltal. I don't think we need the Rilla here. I mean, there's an Ogre, so there's always an argument to say bring your Rilla. I'll bring the Rilla. T-Tar's cool too. We'll see. Again, it's really, really hard to use a team like this one. It's really, really hard because you don't have that many options. You don't have a lot of protects. I'm also using like Arilla with no protect. I'm using a vested T-Tar. It makes it really, really hard to use. But we can try and put our best foot forward, put ourselves in a situation that we can find some wins. Diamond, how's it going? Dialga Jinx. So they have Fake Out and Dialga. Do I care? So you're going to Fake Out my Zacian. You're going to Fake Out my Zacian. I'm actually going to play this weird in that I'm going to switch out my Zacian turn 1. Because I know you're going to Fake Out it, right? You are Fake Out in this thing. You should not Fake Out my Excadrill. There's no reason for you to Fake Out the Excadrill because like Zacian will just like melt everything. You should Fake Out the Zacian and nuke the Zacian. Or Fake Out the Zacian and check the Excadrill right now. So I'm going to switch in my Yveltal. And I'm going to go for the EQ. I was going to break the Jinx Sash and put it in range to basically be Rock Slid next turn. Again, you should not be Fake Out of my Excadrill here. Because Excadrill can max. You'd be risking everything by Fake Outing Excadrill. You can Lovely Kiss the Excadrill. There's not a problem with that. If you're Sash Jinx, I have no... Like, that's a Fake Out. There we go. Awesome. Cool. I don't care if we proc Policy on Dialga. I don't care if you Trick Room me either. Like, that's one of the reasons why we brought in a... That's one of the reasons why we brought in Yveltal. It's a little bit bulkier. There's the Sash Jinx. The Policy Dialga. Wow. Are you really Trick Rooming me with your Policy active this turn? Never lucky. Trick Room. Awesome. Okay. Not afraid of that Jinx on my Yveltal slot. I probably should be, but I'm not. My plan here is to go EQ. And I think I might just Foul Play. If you want to go for like a Blizzard, I don't care. If you want to double into my Excadrill, I don't care. There's no reason for me to go for a double protect, because it would just break my Sash. And then the Dialga will be within range for Rillaboom to come in. And that's one of the reasons why we brought Rillaboom over something else, because it can't get redirected by Amoonguss. Yeah, it's just divide damage by 2. It is. So Sash is up here. If you have an AoE attack like a Blizzard here, this could be a problem. But I should underspeed your Jinx. Cool. I underspeed that. We be underspeeding those! Let's see if I underspeed your Jinx if you're full, like, timid. I do underspeed it. Awesome, nice tricking, bro. Cool. So again, we're able to correctly analyze the situation, condition them into Fake Outing Zacian. That's the reason why we led with it. Zacian would have also punished something like an Amoonguss or a Togekiss at the start of the game. And now that you do have a Trick 'em Up, you didn't max, which is the right play. I'm happy to see them not max. Like, I wish that they did, because I would have gotten a free KO on their Maxmon. But we'll see how this goes here. They're going to be able to use that Kyogre. And again, we have our Rillaboom in the back. So all we realistically need to do in this situation is wait out these max turns and we win. So how is the best way to do this? You're not going to hit the Excadrill with a water attack. You're probably going to go into the Yveltal. I don't think there's a problem double protecting on this first turn. It waits out, turns on Trick Room too. And if you KO the Excadrill, you just open up a spot for Rillaboom to come in. So that's fine. So, is Physical Zekrom and Lunala worth building? Zekrom's really underrated, but it's really hard to use. And your other restricted that you use with Zekrom has to be a good one. Let's just put it like that. Why are you just spouting? Spore Yveltal Spout? Not bad. Why not Foul Play the Jinx and avoid Jinx underspeeding the Excadrill? What do you mean? Because I wouldn't be able to kill the Dialga if it maxed. If Dialga maxed there, Earthquake wouldn't kill it. Right? Did he Water Spout or Orchard Pulse? I was reading chat. Yeah, because if a Dialga maxed, Earthquake wouldn't kill it. That's why you want to do it like that. You actually needed the Foul Play plus Earthquake. That was the right way to do it. And Excadrill does underspeed Jinx. So it's like, that's why that works. If your Jinx, you wouldn't have set Trick Room if your Jinx was... How do I word this? You wouldn't use Jinx otherwise. You saw Spout TY. Alright. Yeah, I can kind of just chill. I don't want to switch in on a Spout, though. You know what? I'm fine going to bed. Actually, I'm fine double protecting. Like, give what you want, you know? If I get any of these, it just helps. I got too distracted talking on the turn. I'll take a double. Never lucky. You're gonna spore me anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'll take those. That's free. Man, it is what it is. Spore, go for it. Go nuts. I literally am trying to waste your max turns, but you're not maxing. So Is what it is. At least we're gonna waste the rain turns though. That does matter. Awesome. It's actually good we died there. Is that a crit? It is. Thank you for the crit. TY. Free switch into Rillaboom incoming. Rillaboondies. I kind of want to grass you guys, but I'm pretty sure I underspeed that ogre, so I'm just going to max the Rilla. I'm going to pop that Kyogre in the mouth. It's not G-Max Rilla, never lucky. So, like, this could have been so much stronger, but whatever, it's fine. Turns on Trick Room are 1. And this Extra does underspeed that Kyogre. We're 0 speed reduced. And we actually don't need to do anything spectacular here. Just do it like that. You can't Spore me with the Amoonguss either. Can't Rage Powder me either. Cool. So they got you. First of all, one thing you had to work on is making this into a G-Max Rilla. Jukes is 95, Extra 88, actually. Extra 88. I think Extra 88. Rotom's 86. It said in the showdown, but like every single time people submit teams, they're always wrong, you know? They always like change it up. All right, so let's see if we die here. If we die here, you know, we die, but I don't think we die. I think we kill them. We're life orbed. By the way, if they live at like 20%, we would have been able to KO if we had the right max move. So never lucky there. I don't think their Amoonguss can hit the Extra. They can Spore it. They shouldn't be able to hit us though. Yeah. So let's see. It'd really suck to like have this not work. He would be dead if, I swear right now, if you gave me the right Rillaboom, you'd be dead. You're still gonna die to the hail probably, but like, doesn't that suck? Doesn't that like actually just suck? It's like literally the worst feeling in the world. Oh my god. SMH. Please go away. Oh my god. Alright, we open up a spot for Zashi in here though, that's good. How do I do this now? I really just wish they gave me a correct Rilla. Life Orb Rilla, it's Life Orb, but like it's not G-Max. It's not using a 160 base move, it's using a 120 base move. They're gonna go after my Rilla this turn, and they're probably gonna like Rage Powder. You have to. You could Max Guard? Oh, I just don't see how we win. Yeah, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. They gave us the right Rilla. Whoa! Whoa! They didn't Rage Powder. They Spored. They didn't Max Guard either. What the fuck? What? What? Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Oh my god. Yeah, we lost. We literally lost because the person didn't give me the right Rilla. So G-Max Soup your Pokemon, Chief. They didn't even have to do that. They could have just clicked Rage Powder and done that one. That's so frustrating. I hate losing games to like shit like that. Where people, I literally would have just won if we clicked if we had a G-Max Soup, you know? I hate that. That is what it is though. Nothing you can really do about it. I'm really surprised they went for the Spore. They didn't have to do that. I guess I could have hit the Ogre. There's no if you would have hit the Ogre and they went Max Guard Spore, that's why we did it like that. Spore works on steel types. It doesn't work on grass types. Yeah. So don't forget to Gmax Super Pokemon. You've had Pollen Puff the whole time. Why didn't you Pollen Puff the Excadrill? I'm still going to try my best to hope they don't Rage Powder or something, you know? I'll still go for my Behemoth next turn. And we're going to wake up. Like, if they didn't Rage Powder last turn, they might not do it again. They could also, like, miss an Origin Pulse or some shit. Oh! No Rage Powder! No Rage Powder! Ah! What? What? I don't think I'll die to Pollen Puff after -1 either. What? Okay. Pollen Puff. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. We take those. You know what? I deserve that, man. I deserve this. I'll take it. Give me those wins. Game paying me back for not having a Gmax soup. Yo. Win streak secured. And a crit at the end. Yo, we take those all the way to the bank, man. That was funny. Rage Powder. Never leave home without it. They should have Rage Powdered twice. They didn't do it. Alright, Caligroudon Siglif. Again, we know that they're going to probably bring both their restricteds, right? So they're going to be bringing the Cali, they're going to be bringing the Groudon. And then from there, they usually pick a support mon, which in this case is their Incin. Incin's really good versus our team. Even though we have a lot of mons that are good versus Incin, one Intimidate basically bricks our board. And then we might even see the Lecky instead of the Incin. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see Venusaur here either. Siglif's also kind of cool. I'm going to lead with my Incin, though. I think Incin's a great lead versus this. You could fake out Leckies. You could be a big bully. And let's see. Do I want T-Tar here? I don't hate T-Tar here. I think I'm going to go Yveltal Incin. Is that good? Let me think about that. Yveltal Incin. It's great for silly Groudon. Forces the Venusaur to be sad. And if you lead Lecky, I just hard switch out for Excadrill. And then I guess I have to bring the Zacian, but I'm not a big fan of it. And this also lets me get a Tailwind up, which is the reason why we want to do this in the first place. Yeah, that works. It like kind of works, man. I don't know how I feel about this. We'll see. No way we should win this one. This guy's a good team. No way we should win this one. This guy's a great team. So let's see, though. The 2-game win streak. Can we secure the 3-0, the 3-peat, the hat trick? The answer may surprise you. Just gotta breathe. Taking all that early morning air. Siglif, are you really gonna tailwind me? Do I care? I'm not gonna max. Like, I'm not gonna max right now. It's like a Psycho Shift set? I don't understand. Is it Trick Room right here? Like, fake out Trick Room? It must be. And their Incin's faster than mine. So if that's a Sash Siglif, that means the best play would be to just fake out my Incin, because you know you're faster and you can guarantee Trick Room. And if we do that, we're just going to leave them in a situation where we just let them chill with the Siglif and Incin. So we're going to fake out their Siglif because I want to break Sash. And I'm going to foul play their Siglif because I want it gone. So if you don't fake out something, we're fine. If you fake out the Yveltal, I don't care. We're trading fake outs, and you're the one that's sashed. So that's a net win for me. Cool. Yeah, I don't trust that thing. So I'm going to go after it. I'm going to double into it. I don't like that thing. I don't like its tone. You're probably going to parting shot someone. I'm thinking you're parting shotting my Incin probably. So let's see, like a Citrus Berry or something. Awesome. It's Trick Rooming. I'm not letting you Trick Room. You can bring out your Calyrex and fight my Yveltal like a man. Alright? We don't respect... Well, sorry. We over-respect Siglif here. There's the parting shot into the Yveltal. Cool. Now we're just going to be a foul play about 3 minutes of the game. You're able to reapply your fake out here. But I will just go for a parting foul play. I know those sound really weird. If you bring out like Callie and Sin here, we'll go parting foul play. Because if you fake out my Yveltal, I'll get my parting shot. And I'll be able to re-come back in. And if you fake out my Sin, cool, I'll just hit you with a I'll one-shot you with a foul play. So that sounds like, actually, we might be able to make this a little bit different. Let's think about this. I don't want to max my Sin, but like, max and Sin would get it here. Because you're going to fake out my Sin. Probably, right? I'd fake out my Sin. Basically, who are you fake outing? Because I can max that one and kill you. Alright, plays the parting here, though. You parting that thing, and we'll go with the foul play. We're probably going to have to max the Sin this game, though. Fake out. Targeting. Correct choice. Yeah, I don't care. You could also just Glacial Lance me. That's fine with me. I think we bring... See, Zacian would be a weird bring in here. I don't want to bring the extra one here either because that's my Sash. It's also a decent Maximon. Like, let's think about that. I think you have to bring in the Zacian because you're going to trick with me. Yeah, I'd rather Zacian soak a Lance. If you're just lancing here, I'll bring in the Zacian. I care less about it. This is a perfect example of like not having the right amount of right amount of stuff, like different Pokemon to go to in these situations. Let's see. Lance, Trick Room. There it is. Cool. Yeah, no problem with that. I think we just protect Zacian, hard switching in Sin, and then we max the Sin and win. And you're not going to be going for a max Quake on the Yveltal slot, so we're going to be okay. Can't eat my Citrus Berry, but I think we're going to be alright. You do have the Trick Room up, but as long as I don't fodder my Mons, I'll be alright. So it's a -2 on that Callie right now. We could probably even think about parting again to go for a -3 on it. Wait, you didn't max. You just lanced? It's fine with me, I don't care. Really surprised you know max. It must be like a policy Callie. Okay. Let's think about this. Close combat probably KOs their Sin. I don't want to proc a policy though. That's how you lose, I think. I don't think there's an issue with going for like a Behemoth Blade here. Behemoth Blade the Callie and go for a parting shot into it just in case they want to switch. Actually, we underspeed their Sin, so I can actually go for a parting shot into their Sin and parting shot before they have a chance to hit me with a Flare Blitz in case they max their Sin. This works. If you switch a Groudon here too, that's not a good situation for you to be in. You still don't. It'd be really great if you didn't have to eat a. Oh, he's gonna get the Flare Blitz boost. I don't know if this kills our Zacian though. It's gonna be -1 Flare Blitz. You have to have a lot of attack investment. Oh, we partinged. So we've been speed tying this whole time with these Sins. It's good to know. You're gonna get intimidated on this Callie slot though. That's fine with me. What a weird game. And no one's maxed. That's the really weird part. Huh. I'm thinking like Max and Sin is looking better and better here though. Good morning, that's how's your morning so far? We're undefeated with a team that is not too great. Undefeated with a team that's not great. Extra to play here? They haven't seen extra yet, so I think you want to save the extra in the back. Yeah, so we just want to save the fact that we have that thing. I think it's a better idea to save it. This also kind of makes them say like, hey, you want a Glacial Lance? You can do that if you want. If you want, bro. So Behemoth Blade. This can crit one-shot your Groudon. Nothing beats that Winala team from today's video. It's a good... That Winala team's good. I did win the match against the Kyogre. I did. Yeah, go back and watch it. Alright, turns on Trick Room 3 or 2? 2? I don't think there's a problem with double protecting here. You can switch in your Sin. I'll double switch next turn. So we'll see how this goes. You gotta max something. Your Groudon's pretty big, but like you don't want to max the Groudon, do you? If I intimidate you, you shouldn't be able to kill my Zacian. And Behemoth Blade will come in hot. I would say they have the advantage in terms of restrictors in this matchup too. Groudon, Cali can dumpster Zacian, Yveltal. Alright, they're switching out Cali. That's cool. Now I don't have to. Now, like, there's nothing that scares away my Yveltal here. Like, at all. And Yveltal, I think Yveltal one-shots their Cali with a foul play. Best nature for Zacian. Depends on what you want to do with it. It really depends on what you want to do with it. This one's the reason today is Jolly, but if you're Swords Dancing me, you're a PogChamp, bro. Go nuts. Rock Slide. Awesome. So they're really respecting Yveltal, which they should. So this is the last turn of Trick Room. They're going to be using a Parting Shot here. Probably. I don't want to switch that in, do I? I don't want to switch in Sin. I want my Foul Play to hit hard. I don't need Zacian for like anything at all. I'm gonna switch in there and go for just a Foul Play, I think. That's fine with me. If you max, I can just bring the Zacian back out and just repin because you're out of Trick Room turns. Parting Shot into competitive race stats twice. No, it doesn't. Not if you do it onto yourself, but if you do it into your opponents, it gives you the boost. Yeah. I've used Modest Weakness Policy's regular Zacian. It's fun. So they're maxing the Groudon. Cool. This Foul Play is going to hit hard. You can totally go for like a Sand... You can totally Rock Ball my Yveltal. Fake out Rock Ball Yveltal is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. We just switched in an Excadrill. We need to be taking these. So Parting Shot. Go for it. Ha! Ha! I mean, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. But like, we about to be out here right now. And we should be maxing... I think we do have to max our Incin this game, but I don't really know for sure yet. Next turn, we're going to double into the Cali. For sure. Yeah, 2 stages, not 2 competitive procs. There you go. Thank you. Max, Blair, go nuts. Sashes up. We do be taking those. Big damage. That's just within range for basically anything now. Yeah, we need to go Iron Head. Trick Room's gone, right? Yep. So we just double into the Cali. If you want to go for a Protect, kill him on. I could just kill him on. Foul Play. If they want to go for like a Protect, hard switch in and Sin, they can get their Trick Room back up. Because I'd have to max something. I'd have to max my... I wouldn't have to max, I guess, but we'll see how this goes. That'd be a really good play. They want to switch out the Groudon for the Incin. I can't really do anything about that. Because we have to get the Cali off the board. I don't think they're going to have to see that, though. You can totally... Yeah, we're not even protecting. All right, cool. We got it. Show me that policy, though. Any suggestions with policy running? You can use Comfey. It is policy. I'm happy I didn't proc that early. I could have proc'd it a lot earlier. I didn't. Yo, you have a +2 attack? How about you like this Foul Play, though? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and you can get a KO here. You could have protected your Cali, brought in the Incin, and then you could have had a fake out Trick Room turn, where if you fake outed my Yveltal, Excadrill couldn't KO your Cali. And you would have been able to get your Trick Room back up. But, you know, they didn't see it. Most people don't think that they can switch out their Maximon. They're like, what? What do you mean I can switch out my Maximon? I'm like, you could switch out your Maximon. You know? Let's see, what is the right play here? Yeah, I think it's just Incin. Just get the Intimidates up. Wait out your last max turn and win the game. I think we're just double into Groudon. You can only stop one. Any success with Policy Groudon? No, I don't like Policy Groudon. Can you max Yveltal to stop the fake out? Yveltal, alright, so like you could say, just max the Yveltal. Yveltal, Foul Play doesn't work the same as just max Darkness. Or Yveltal's like -4. Would do nothing, you know? So we need to use Foul Play, not max Darkness. What are we at? We're at like -3 or -4? We're -2 now. No, sorry. Same thing, it wouldn't do the damage. Speaking about the damage. You have to fake out my Yveltal, and if you hit the Ensign, cool, I just bring in Zacian and go close combat, foul play, we win like that. It's a win-win. Yeah, foul play becomes a physical attack. Ooh, no fake out. We take those. Ooh. Oh, you're alive. I'm really surprised. Oh, because I intimidated it. I'm an idiot. Whoops. Hey, it's a misplay for me. We stay in misplaying out here. But it's fine. We outspeed it next turn. And we just close combat there, Ensign. We didn't even max this game. Oh, don't crit me, though. Almost. Yeah, crit burn could have taken it out. That was a misplay, though. I didn't even max. I should have maxed my Ensign that turn. That was the turn that if I was going to max anything, I would have maxed my Ensign. It would have stopped the fake out. I wouldn't have died to that. So, misplay for me. Not maxing, but it is what it is. I'll max my Yveltal this turn. You definitely do want to max the Yveltal this turn as well. Just so you can get the... If you go out and protect, so you just kill it through the protect. Let's go. Checkmate these. Yeah, Groudon's good. Groudon's not a -3, is it? I don't think it's -3. Groudon switched out like twice. Big max. Better late than never, right? Alright, we take those. CC, baby! Yep. That's the main advantage of close combat Zacian. It kills and sins. Whereas sometimes Sacred Sword doesn't. And we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Undefeated! With a team that has no business winning ever. We do be taking those. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, undefeated. Team worked out. Cool beans. Yeah, I'm surprised. Let's check the team out. Callie? Protect? Yeah, he had all the right moves. 2v2 squad? Of course. Well, now. 2v2. Oh my gosh. Full attack and sin. Holy shit. Okay. It's a decent Groudon, but Choice Band. Wow. Sash? Magnet. Where's your Sash? Life Orb Venu? Was the Sash here? There's the Sash. Show me that Trick Room. Yeah, you see that? Gravity Hypnosis Trick Room? We do not be letting this thing work. Not today. What physical moves would you look on for Zard? Well, I like Belly Drum Zard. So use like Citrus Acrobatics with like Fire Punch. Ooh, it's so good. Choice Groudon. Not bad. Not bad. It was, yeah. It's probably like a Rensa code or something. Oh well. Oh well for them. So, upon review, taking a look at this rental code one more time, if we were to take a look back at this team's weaknesses, like the weakness chart this team has is just abysmal. Like, we are super, super pinned. This isn't really locking us into a hyper-aggressive playstyle, but what we have to do is we have to condition our opponents' Intimidators to come out early. We have to rely on things like Yveltal. And Yveltal is basically the only reason why we win any of these games. We were able to bait people into respecting Yveltal. Yveltal weaves in like Tailwinds and Protects. And then from there, we were able to use like a mix of like parting shots, hard switches, and basically just a small amount of situations to where we'd get a KO, and we'd have 4 and they'd have 3, and then we would just maintain a slight advantage, trading 1 for 1 for the rest of the game, where we'd eventually end up winning all the games with like 1 or 2 Pokemon left. So I wouldn't say this team's amazing. I would say, again, there are tons of weaknesses that this team has. Another look at the Poke Paste that was sent. We can already see a few different things that they do need to switch. Let's go take a look at the Poke Paste right here. I think if you were to switch anything for this team, you probably want to put some speed in Sin, just so you don't speed tie those other Insins. You don't necessarily need to be speed tied in the Insin, so I'd do something like this. with the Zacian. I'm not a big fan of the like full Jolly Zacian, but if you want to use that, there's nothing wrong with it. With the Rillaboom, I like the Rillaboom spread, but you gotta make this guy into a G-Max, you know? You gotta make it into a G-Max. Let's go in here and do it, so it doesn't just take away the full set. Right there. And yeah, you gotta make it soup. And I also think that you're better off. I understand the Life Orb's cool, of like U-turn, knockoff, and all those things. So thank you for the follow. But you're better off with a Miracle Seed here. To be completely honest, you're better off with a Vest on this sort of set. I really do like the fact that you are getting the speed reduced Rilla. Very, very good stuff. And remember, we did change around your EVs here to make it so you weren't wasting the points. But the speed reduced Rilla makes it so you have terrain control versus things like Indity, which like is really, really important for this team. Nothing necessarily wrong with a Sash Excadrill. We used Earthquake to our advantage, but you're probably better off with high horsepower, just so you can actually pair it with the T-Tar without having to max it. You rarely want to max your Sashmons. And so if we do it like this, you can max the T-Tar and keep the Excadrill still being able to use ground attacks, but not being able to, you don't want to hit your teammate, right? T-Tar, I do think that the main change you want to make here is you don't want to take away your weather, and you want to make this into Ancient Power. Yeah, it's a weak move, but after stab it goes to 90, and 10% chance to boost all your stats is great for some Sins, and it's great when you just need to get a little bit of a boost mid to late game. I also think you don't need as much, bulk as you have here. You definitely don't need that. I would put probably about 12 points in there to make so, like, you see, we put points in the Incin, and so Incin outspeeds other Incins. Now our T-Tar outspeeds our Incin. So when we lead T-Tar Incin, they can see we have a faster T-Tar, but we're only 1 point faster, so it makes them think we're a lot faster than we really are, which makes them think we're not nearly as bulky, which means they might be trying to take advantage of that, and, you know, we're not going to give them a shot. I would probably just go with, I'd probably just put the 36-4, right? So 36-4, and so, like, an EV spread like this is just going to be just a little bit better. And the reason why we want these calcs is after you max these moves and stuff like that, you don't necessarily need the 52 more points. It's not going to actually add a lot. You'd be surprised. Another thing is, the reason my special T-Tar is good is because Dark Pulse turns into Max Darkness. It lowers their Spadef, which means this Earth Power, the Ancient Power, the Thunderbolt, they start cooking if you use the Max Darkness to lower their special defense. So it's really, really good. How do you submit teams? It's on Patreon. So right there. Cursor Avilax. It depends on what you want to do with it. It really does. They're very different. Do you have to be part of Patreon? Yeah, it's a Patreon-only thing right now. We have a lot of people on there. As for the Yveltal, this is a cool set. I think this Yveltal set definitely works. I think the EVs are used efficiently, except for this one. Right? I think this is 132, right? Yeah, so you're wasting 4 points right there. So you can find a way to go like that. I think you might be wasting points here, too. I could be wrong. 1 sec. Yeah, no, you're right. So I like this as well. Yveltal is a really, really bloated HP stat, so it never needs like full investment. And it's also correctly utilizing your nature for the most part. So it works. What tier for the Patreon? It's even the lowest tier, even the $2 tier gets access to like everything. But yeah, I like this Yveltal spread a lot. I've used a very similar spread before. It makes it just a completely good foul play bot with black glasses. Very, very good. I love Tailwind. This team though, it does suffer from having so many weaknesses. If it were me and this were my team, I think that like Excadrill and Zacian do exactly the same thing. So you could cut the T-Tar Excadrill core, which I think you want to keep, and I don't think there's anything wrong with necessarily keeping it, but you're going to have to change this Zacian to another restricted that has like polar opposite weaknesses and helps you cover up for these things. You can't really use a Groudon, you can't really use a Kyogre, you can't really use a Reshiram, which means it's just really hard. It's just really, really hard. Another thing you could do is maybe think about taking out the Excadrill for like a Draco Vish. That might be something that actually completely changes it. Takes away a fighting, a ground, and a fire weakness. Adds that big water type, so a big water type resist that you can switch into to alleviate some pressure. You start stacking a little bit fairy weakness, but you start to see how you can change things up a little bit by using a different type Pokemon. You also think about using like a Stoutland. Stoutland is a very underrated mon in my opinion, so just think about working with that. But yeah, I recommend no more than 2 weaknesses. Yeah, no more than 2. And you also want to have your resists. For every single weakness you stack, you really want to have like a Pokemon that can alleviate some of this pressure. Like right now, you have 3 fighting weaknesses and nothing to switch to. So they don't even need to restrict a Pokemon. They could send out an Urshifu and you kind of just lose, right? And so that's a situation that you probably don't want moving forward. But overall, the team did work, and we were able to win every single game with it. So if you guys like this team and want to try it for yourself, the rental code is still up here. And there's nothing wrong with this team. This team can get you to Master Ball. You can play with this team in tournaments, international challenges. This team is fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. It has protects on the mons that need it, like Zacian, Yveltal, and Excadrill. It has multiple fake out users, it has speed control, it has intimidate. Just the changes that we talked about are just slight optimizations that might be able to be made just to take the team to the next level.